We're going to go right into questions, and we will start with Matt Shodell from Canesport. Matt, if you had a question for Coach Diaz.
Yeah, hey, Coach. Wanted to ask you if there's any update on Jeremiah Payton and also any other injury news we can report?
Nothing really. I'd say no news, nothing to report. I think it'll all be clear on Friday.
Coach, we're going to Chris Stock at Inside the U. Chris, if you had a question.
Yeah, Coach, I was curious about the connection with King and the wide receivers, trying to get some more production from the wide receiver play. Have you seen stuff this week or maybe indications that maybe some more connections will come with that, more production?
Nothing different than what is going on every week. I think, I think the way the offense is structured, the ball goes where the weakness of the coverage exists. So, to me, I think that's just kind of you continue to go with what's going and the production. I think, over the course of the season, I think it'll be what it should be.
Coach, we've got David Ferrones from the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. First, I want to know what you expect for the atmosphere to be like on Wednesday. Especially, I don't think FSU will be bringing its band, I imagine. So, that's always one thing with the Miami FSU. Well, with any FSU game is that they have the war chant going and have a follow after that as well.
If you recall, they couldn't bring their band 2 years ago as well because there was a hurricane or something during the week. There was some weird deal, but. It's hard to predict. We still don't know. Like I said, I thought Louisville had a really good atmosphere. I suspect it'll be a little juicier than it was for the UAB game. I will say this: the fans that go, we need them. Because I do think it was it felt like a game in Louisville on Saturday night. Big time atmosphere Saturday night. The ABC national telecast, and however many they let in, or people can sneak in, or however they get in, however they get there, as long as they stay distant, wear a mask, make all the noise they can. I think it'll benefit our team.
Excellent. And I also want to know, has Jared Williams been everything you've anticipated from a six-year senior on the right side of the offensive line? And just how much has having De'Ara King here, his former teammate at Houston, helped him get acclimated here? Yeah,
I would imagine that, just having some familiarity with somebody on the team. Jared has certainly met, if not exceeded, our expectations for him. He's just so long, and he gets his hands on you. We've seen him in practice with our defensive ends, and he gets his hands on you. It's so hard to get off of him, and he just creates so much space in his pass set. So still just a couple games in, but we're very pleased with his progress and how he solidified that spot of our offensive line.
Coach, we've got a few more for you. We're going to go to Susan Miller-Degnan at the Miami Herald. Susan, if you had a question.
Hi, Manny. De'Ara has not turned over the ball in 2 games. Just simply, how important is that for a program and in each game?
Well, the entire offense has not turned the ball over. So that's been fantastic. But again, that's something that, just because we didn't do it last week doesn't mean we're guaranteed to do that way this week. So obviously ball security is something that is preached a bunch here. And even though we've not turned the ball over, we've not always been proud of our ball security. We've tried to make some corrections. I thought we were better securing the ball from week 1 to week 2. So even though you don't see it come out, just how we hold it when we're in traffic, whether that's the quarterback or whether that's all of our runners, that's something that usually gets better with games because now you're getting hit, you're getting tackled, defense is going after it. So we know turnovers are so important to our success. It's number 1 on our plan to win. So again, it's great to have an offense off to a good start, but it's got to continue on Saturday.
And then my follow was just about some of the receivers. I know there were some drops, and Derek after the game said he was reassuring them and he was going to work with them. How have some of those guys looked this week? And is some of it like psychological when you do that? It's in your head.
Well, you'd have to ask them. I can't I can't possibly tell you what's in their head, but I will tell you that. The only way to not drop a ball ever is to don't play, and the guys that we have, we trust, they've made some really good catches this week in practice. That's really what you do. You just got to get back to work. We're all going to make mistakes in the game, but what I love is we continue that play the next play mentality. There's one long drive we had where we dropped the ball and it didn't matter because we went right back the next play and 4 or 5 plays later we're in the end zone. So what we try to preach is to not emotionally let that bother us and move on from our bad plays as quick as we possibly can.
Coach, got two more for you. We're going to go to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny?
Hey, Coach. I'm doing kind of a throwback story on the 2000 game. I was wondering where you were at. Where did you watch that game, and what's sort of your memory of that one? Because that was obviously a big one for Miami with the shocky touchdown at the end.
I was coaching at NC State, so I have very little memory of that game. I mean, other than just seeing the highlights, but we were playing somewhere that day. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it.
And last one for you, Coach, we have Barry Jackson from the Miami Herald. Barry, go ahead.
Hi, Manny. Two things. On Donaldson, is he practicing yet? And do you think he might be able to return by November? And just want to clarify on Vonte Williams, is there any chance that he's not going to be able to play football again like a Malik Young? I hope not, but just to clarify that.
Starting with Navon, Navon is not cleared for full contact practice, so he's working with our trainers, PTs, and just getting his movement skills back. He does some walkthrough things for us when we're not in contact settings with the offensive line. And then to answer ask the question about Vonte again.
Right. Is there any question about whether he's going to be able to play football again? I mean, is it your expectation that he will be able to at some point?
Yeah, from what the doctors have said, is that right now he's in a process of strengthening some muscles that need to be strengthened, and they'll evaluate him, and we hope to have him cleared whenever they say he's cleared.
Thank you.
Great. Coach, thanks for spending a few minutes with us today. We appreciate it.
You got it. You have a good day.